first thank the men and women in uniform here. You've been a great partner with this governor, you've been a great partner with the state, and a great partner with this nation and our freedom. And I cannot tell you how much I appreciate the sacrifice that you and your family have been making. I also want to thank you for our help during the storms last week and for many other natural disasters that have been happening during the snowstorms in other areas. I just want to thank you all. Let's give them a round of applause. Because this legislation, the leadership that made this happen came from the heart. I told a group of people here not too long ago, when I spoke to many of you in the auditorium right around the corner, that I had a terrible experience in high school in which my cousin Paul came back from Vietnam and he was not given the warm welcome that he deserved. And I committed to my Veterans Affairs person and my Military Affairs person, we're never going to do that again in this country, not as long as I'm governor. And we're going to welcome people who are coming back home from Iraq and Afghanistan and give them a hero's welcome. In addition to that, we're going to try to help them land on their feet, them and their families, so they can get a job. And this bill is helping do just that. We've done two things this year that I'm very proud of. First of all, we are going to have legislation and a budget which gives in-state tuition to members of the military who want to attend our community colleges and our four-year colleges. Isn't that good news?
Yes, sir.
We recognize that a lot of members of the military who may live on military bases throughout North Carolina, they might be they might be residents of South Carolina or Florida or Colorado or Texas. But when they come home, we want them to stay in North Carolina. We want them to be able to get the education they deserve. There's a lot of skills that each of you have attained that, frankly, you can't just learn in a textbook. And you've actually learned more than often you learn in school. It's kind of on-the-job training. And sometimes it's on-the-job training even under fire. And this is from being able to repair something, to driving a major truck, to working on computers, you name it. The skills that our military men and women are learning in the field is second to none. And there is absolutely no reason for when they come back and they've already attained those skills that they have to go get recertified through some technicality to earn their credit. And what this bill is actually doing is saying you've already earned that credit, whether it be a college credit or a community college credit, by what you did in the field. And you don't then have to spend more money and take more time to prove that you already can do what you've already proved you've done. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
And you deserve it. You've proven yourself, and you don't need to prove it through going through an academic structure again and spending the time and resources to do it. And that's what this legislation is all about. The number one thing that employers are looking for when they're deciding whether to come to North Carolina or go to another state is, do you have the talent? Do you have the talent to fill the job needs that I as an employer currently need? And what this does is allow us to show the employers of North Carolina and employers that are considering North Carolina that we have military veterans and we have military personnel that are coming home that already have the talent. You don't even have to wait for them to go to school or go to a class to learn it. They've got it right now. And that's going to give North Carolina a recruiting edge as we cut through the bureaucratic educational red tape, because you already have that talent. And this new law will help us convert military training into commercial driver's license for truck drivers, which we're already doing. It's going to help us with information technology specialist certification. It's going to help us with ASE certification for vehicle mechanics. And also, we soon expect to announce certification or college credit programs for military-trained law enforcement officers and paramedics. Doesn't that make sense? You've gotten that skill in the field and overseas, And this instructs the UNC and North Carolina community college systems, as well as the state licensing boards, to work with the military to develop programs to fill any knowledge or skills gaps between military occupational training and civilian license requirements. Because employers are looking for that license at this point in time. And we ought to make it as easy as we can to get you that license, since you've already got the skill. And that's what we're attempting to do through this legislation. So what's a better way to thank the military, their family, or their spouse for service to their country than to provide them an economic opportunity to get a job? And that's what we want to do for every one of you. I think this is legislation which is at the forefront of all other states in the United States of America. North Carolina is leading the way. We have legislators who are leading the way, and I have a military team that is leading the way. So I'm very honored to sign this legislation, and I want to thank every one of you for your leadership in this effort. So with that, I'm honored to sign, I think, a very historical piece of legislation that benefits the military, benefits their families, and benefits job creators right here in North Carolina. And God bless each one of you, and God bless each one of you. Thank you, Governor.
Well, Chief Comer here has been absolutely instrumental, and I think he's been an invaluable part of this entire study that was taken on by the Committee of our General Assembly, looking into this effort. He has put a lot of road miles going to an awful lot of community colleges and visiting with a lot of employers, and absolutely the spearhead of our Education and Employment Center. So I just thought it was only fitting that he would receive this recognition from the Governor, so he's been real solid.
Y'all give him a round of applause. God bless each one of you. May God continue to bless the great state of North Carolina and the greatest nation in the world, the United States of America. Thank you all very much.